All right, champ, like we were just saying, 7 days out.
Yep.
This time next week, you'll be in Miami.
Yeah.
It'll be fight night. Be ready to start training those blows with JoJo.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's everything going so far heading into this last week?
It's always a hell of a camp. This is just another hell of a camp. I did a lot of extra shit, not because of him, but because of me. Always want to improve, always want to do better.
Right.
And the fights should be explosive, man.
Yeah. Now I was talking to Coach over there that this is what, your fifth fight this year?
My fifth defense.
Fifth defense this year. So with that, like you said, like just now, that you always like to say busy and active and working on and fixing your craft.
Yeah.
Little adjustments here and there at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you think that's something that's going to help play a difference not only in this fight, but has been playing a difference?
You can never learn enough, man. You can never, like, you can being in shape is the key regardless.
So we were talking about studying the craft and practicing the craft.
Yeah.
Just doing all things boxing, living it 24/7, not just saying it. Like a lot of fighters these days, they're all on boxing 24/7. I eat, sleep, and train, but really they're just not really as active as the fighter should be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm here all the time. I'm the first one here. Some days, most days, and I put the work in. I never question nothing when I go in that ring.
Right.
All the hard work is done.
Does that come from the background that you've had as far as, you know, at another stage in your career, earlier in your career? And really, I think, why don't you talk to young fighters, not so much, I mean, fans who are fighters, not so much media and fans. This should be for the young fighters out there who could take your career and use that as a template.
Yeah.
That not only that it's never too late, like, which is what your
like,
motto, but
sometimes you go and
never
fail
give
in life.
up, never quit type of thing.
Sometimes you go and fail in life. You gotta keep going. Sometimes you gotta keep going. You're gonna fail. I think everybody gonna fail at something at one point.
Right.
You just gotta keep going. That's the goal. And most people get discouraged and stop way before they reach their potential.
Yeah. And they don't, and they think that there's just a couple of setbacks, a couple of roadblocks.
Yeah, no, that shit.
And that's the way it's going to be forever.
That's not success work.
Right. And if you look at your career, I mean, everybody always talks about you were 7-4 with one draw. But even if you look at part of those two losses, one of the guys is undefeated out in Poland. The other dude.
Yeah, but all this shit was me starting off my career, learning. 1 year into boxing, 2 years into boxing. So
yeah.
I don't give a fuck what these guys say.
I mean, Pedraza became a world champion.
Yeah, but I mean,
Diablo was a good fighter.
I mean, all of them though. So people talk about the 4 losses. I'm a world champion going to my 5th defense, and I'm making good money. So none of that shit matter. That shit happened almost a decade ago.
Right, and then in 2012, since 2012,
that's
been
undefeated.
That's
an excuse people use.
Yeah. So that you hear that, young fighters out there?
Keep working, man. That's all I gotta say. There's no shortcuts, and stay committed. Don't take the cheap route.
Right.
Take the hardest route if possible. Always put the hard work in.
Being one of the champions at 130, the most active champion, not only at 130 but in the world, period.
Yeah.
Not looking past JoJo, you got to stay focused. And like I mentioned to Coach, what we saw last week here in Philly, unfortunately with J-Rock, I mean, a lot of people, it was when's the Hurd rematch, when the Hurd, and he was dialed in for Rosario, but that just goes to show what could happen, you know, at any given night.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to come.
You know, all that talk.
Shout out to J-Rock, man.
Right.
He a hell of a fighter. He'll bounce back again. He definitely bounce back again.
Right, but what I was getting at was, you know, a lot of talk is always like, oh, this is a cherry-picked opponent and all that BS.
I don't listen to the fight fans. I don't listen to what nobody got to say. I go in there and do my job. That's it. Because if J-Rock would have beat him, then it would have been he cherry-picked. Now J-Rock lost to him. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
without even respecting Rosario, who's a good fighter.
You can't win.
He's a top contender.
You can't win.
So you just say focused in and dialed in on what it is, the task at hand.
Nobody give a shit about what nobody got to say bad. Everybody always got something to say bad and put their 2 cents in anything, you know, and everything. But me, I just focus on the task and get the job done the best way I can.
Now, so is it, again, when we was talking to Coach, he said 2 or 3 times this year, you know, or are you just really focused in on next week at this point?
Man, I'm focused on next week, the future. I focus on everything. All that shit is a myth. It's all a myth. don't overlook nobody, don't do this. All that's a myth. Every fight I ever had in my career, I never think about the fight. I always think about after the fight, so it's a myth. I think about what I'm gonna go eat after, where I'm gonna party at. I don't think about the damn fight. I know what my job is when I'm in camp. I know what my job is, and when I'm in that ring, I know what my job is. So for me, all that's a myth, and to each his own. I never think about the fight. That's just putting pressure on yourself. I'll bust my ass in the gym, and when the fight come, we get popping. That's it. So, and overlooking somebody, that's an overrated. That's an overrated word, overlook.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, since you're 2 steps ahead,
Yeah. Gary Russell.
Gary Russell.
Yup. I'm going for him next. Definitely Gary Russell next. That's the goal. And if he don't take the fight, I'm moving the fuck on. I'm not
trying to unify.
If I can, I'm unifying. If I can't, I'm moving on. I ain't letting none of these fighters dictate my career or my life and my payday. I ain't letting nobody dictate nothing I got going on. If the fights happen, they happen. If they don't, I'll move on to the next fighter. And I don't give a shit what nobody got to say.
Right. And then, what about 35? Because
I'm going
there's
35.
a couple guys at 35.
This is my last year. This is my last year at 130. I'm going 35.
Okay. All right. Because there's obviously there's 2 guys up at 35 right now that might be at a collision course with each other. Tank and
What about
Lomachenko. But they might be fighting each other at some point.
I don't care about that.
And you know what I'm saying? No, for you, that those are fights that people would like to see.
Yeah, people would like to see that David fight. It's not happening. I'm off ball. That shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
But we can fight if you see me though. He said he gonna slap me, so we can fight though.
Okay,
we can fight. Yeah, we can fight. You know they ain't happening. He won't have no hands. Dip him motherfucking in gold and put him in the plat. Ain't nobody touching me.
So at this stage in your career, now that you're able to, like I've heard you say before, you're able to dictate what you do and how you live your life.
Yeah, I told Jono he was next. Jono was next. I told Joe Diaz he was next. Now he next. So Gary Russell next too. Let's see. If the fight don't happen, it's on their end, not my end.
Right. And if not,
I'm moving on.
All things Tevin Farmer, right? So speaking of that, all things Tevin Farmer, talk a little about what you got going outside of the ring. You started that clothing line.
Yeah, I started my clothing line, Never. Clothing.com. It stands for multiple things. Never give up. Never too late, however you want to put it. And definitely quality clothes. We're going to put the link in the description, in the bottom. We're going to put the link in the description.
Yeah, you heard that, Marcos?
Yeah, Marco. Make sure you do that, Marco. So you know if I see you, I'm going to grind you up, and I like it a lot. But yeah, then we got the YouTube thing. I'm vlogging. It's fun as hell. I know days off. People could tune in and get motivated for them. I'm in the process of fixing my house up. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I just try to keep myself busy.